Hello guys, my name is Prince and this is Math Center. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Post your comments and questions on my social media handles and I'll respond to it. We are on the topic change of subjects. In the previous video, we learned how to change the subject of equations that does not involve fractions. In this video, we are going to learn how to change the subject of equations that involves fractions. So we are on type 2 of equations involving fractions. We have been given 5 examples here. We will take them one after the other. We will solve the first one in this video and we will solve the other ones in the subsequent videos. So let's take the first one. Make h the subject in v is equal to 4 over 3 pi r squared h. Find h when v is equal to 20, r is equal to 5, and pi is equal to 22 over 7. Leave your answer in 3 decimal places. So let's take the question one after the other and solve it. Let's concentrate on the first part of the question. Make h the subject in the equation v is equal to 4 over 3 pi r squared h. So this is our equation, and it involves a fraction. When the equation involves a fraction, what do? The first thing you need to do is to first identify the fraction in the equation or the fractions in the equation. Fortunately for us, in this equation, there is only one fraction and the fraction is 4 over 3. So after you've identified the fraction, you have to find the LCM of the denominators. There is only one denominator here, so the LCM is going to be that number. So here 4 over 3, so the LCM is 3. Okay, so the fraction we have is 4 over 3, so the LCM is 3. 1, you identify the fraction. 2, you find the LCM of the denominators. Here, because there is only one fraction, the LCM is going to be the denominator of that fraction, which is 3. Now, after you found the LCM, you identify the terms in the equation. As we explained in the previous videos, terms are separated by addition or subtraction. In this equation here, you can see that there is no addition or subtraction. It means that what is on the left hand side is one term, so v is one term, and all what is on the right hand side is another term, so all of this is also another term. So we have 2 terms in this equation, the expression on the left hand side, which is v, and what we have on the right hand side. Now, after you've identified the terms, you multiply each term by the LCM. Remember, multiply each term by the LCM. The LCM you found was 3. So you multiply each term by the LCM. And this is what you are going to get. So the first term is v. So 3 times v. Remember, 3 is the LCM, least common multiple. On this side, this is also another term. So you multiply this term 2 by the LCM. Now, when you multiply this term by the LCM, you see that 3 will be cancelling the 3, or 3 will cancel 3 to give us 1. So you have 3 times v, which is 3v. 3 has cancelled 3 to give us 1. So you are going to have 1 times 4. That will give us 4 pi r squared h. So you see, as soon as you multiply each term by the LCM and you cancel out, like what we have here, so 3 will cancel 3 to give us 1. 1 times 4 pi r squared h will give us 4 pi r squared h. The fraction is now gone. So we do that to get rid of the fraction. So we've now gotten rid of the fraction. So we can move on. Don't forget that we want to make h the subject. So you make sure that the term that contains h is on one side. Here, the term containing h is already on one side for us. This is the only term containing h. So if you want to make h the subject, we will have to divide through by the other terms that are attached to h. The other variables that are attached to h are 4 pi r squared. So 4, pi, and r squared are the other variables or numbers attached to each. The other variables or numbers attached to it are 4, pi, and r squared. So we divide each term by those numbers and variables so that you can make each stand alone. So you divide both sides by 4, pi, and r squared. When you divide the right hand side here by 4, pi, and r squared, it's going to cancel this, so you have h. You divide the left hand side by 4, pi, and r squared. You're going to get 3v over 4 pi r squared. So you've changed the subject of the equation from v to h. So h is equal to 3v over 4 pi r squared. Let's move on to the second part of our question. Now, the second part of our question says that we should find h when v is equal to 20, r is equal to 5, and pi is equal to 22 over 7. All we need to do is now substitute these new values into the formula. So where we will see v, you replace it with 20. Where we see r, you replace it with 5. And where we see pi, you replace it with 22 over 7. This is going to give us h is equal to 3 times v, which is 20, divided by 4 times pi, which is 22 over 7, times r squared, and r is 5, so 5 squared. When you punch this on your calculator, you are going to get h is equal to 0.191. Remember, the question said we should leave our answer in 3 decimal places, so you make sure that your answer is in 3 decimal places. That's why I left it as 0.191. If you want to learn how to use your calculator to change numbers to decimal places, watch the videos on approximations that are available on this channel, and you will understand how to change numbers to 3 decimal places and also how to use your calculator to do it. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next video, we are going to consider another example on changing the subject of equations that involve fractions. Bye-bye.